Hello, Frozies! McFrozen Nuggets here, and yes, I am back doing another mini races review. This one is a little bit of an older one. This one I'm actually very happy to finally be reviewing because this is the Mini Racers Variety 10 pack from early 2018. Now this one, it was a little bit harder to find for me because of the fact that from what I've seen, it was mainly sold at Toys R Us in early 2018 before they closed. So anyway, let's take a look at the packaging before I continue to talk about this. And here is the packaging. Now obviously this is, again, since this is early 2018, this obviously still has the older design that was kind of mirrors the Cars 3 artwork. Back, if I can get it to stand up. Now obviously the minis that you get in this are Sarge, Ramon, Mater, Metallic Tim Trellis, Metallic Danny Suarez, RV, Dr. Damage, Jackson Storm, Cruz Ramirez, and then the first look at Metallic Intro Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen. Now the ones I needed out of this are these four, as well as these three Metallics. Now to be honest, I'm completely cool with getting duplicates of these because I can just use them whenever, or if any of my other ones or older ones get damaged or anything like that. So I'm obviously, so again, I'm just completely fine with that. If you want to see my review of the Variety 15 pack, I'll link to it in the description below. So I basically got this at Burlington Coat Factory, which is where I work. I saw it out of the corner of my eye when I was walking down an aisle, and I was like, okay, that's awesome, and I just had to pick it up. So I did, and I'm definitely glad that I did, because it had some pretty good minis that I needed, for sure, like I said when I was pointing at the box. And this segment's actually being recorded a lot later in the day. The first two I actually recorded early this morning. This third one was actually recorded later on, because of the fact that I basically had to go somewhere and I had to stop recording, and now I am finally back doing the third segment here. So let's start off with the minis that I already showed before. Actually, just first off, start with Mater. This is the one in the 10 pack. Here's the one that from the 3 pack that I got with the gold Ramon. And here's the one I got in the 15 pack with the Metallic Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen. And actually, something I noticed when I pointed out with this Mater, when I reviewed him, is that he actually has a little bit of a different variation. This one, he is a complete matte finish. Light doesn't shine off him. This one, he's actually a little bit of a darker color, and he does reflect the light a little bit, but not too much. Not like a glossy finish. And this one, same sort of deal, but this one, he actually has more of a reddish brown instead of a straight up brown, which I think is pretty interesting. But other than that, they are all basically the same. And obviously, I just simply painted this rim right here on all three of them, so he's a little bit more like the 155 scale diecast. So yeah, that is it for Mater. Next is Cruz Ramirez. This is the regular Cruz Ramirez. This is only the second one I've gotten of her. The previous one was in the 15 pack. And here she is. This from the 15 pack. This from the new 10 pack. No variations with her. Pretty much basically the exact same. Emma Waite 8th week of 2019. Actually forgot to show meters. M10, 10th week of 2019. Now, see, I don't mind having extras. I could just simply use these in case any of my others get damaged or anything like that. And here is Jackson's Storm. This is the third one that I've gotten of him. Here's the one that I got in the 15 pack. And here's the one I got in the 3 pack with Rusty's Cruz Ramirez. Same kind of deal with as Cruz, but I actually noticed this when I got the Jackson Storm in this 10 pack. And it has to do with the rookie stripes. Like, see, right here, the rookie stripes on the one from the Rusty's Cruz 3 pack actually are a little bit of an orangish color. Okay. On this one, they're actually a little bit more of a dandelion / orangish yellow color. And then on this one, they're actually more like a dandelionish color. More like just a straight up yellow. Which I definitely find pretty interesting. I'm actually gonna hold up all 3 of them so you can see. This one's the darkest, this one gets a little bit lighter, and this one's the lightest. I actually thought that was kind of interesting. So another variation that I found with Jackson Storm. But other than that, again, pretty much the exact same. But again, it's fine. It's fine. Again, I don't mind having extras. And sorry for the sniffling. Now for the 2 Demolition Derby contenders. First up is Dr. Damage, the Rambulance. I'm definitely glad to have him and RV because of the fact that if you saw my previous Derby Racers 3 pack, one with the Dirt Track McQueen, you know that I got the Muddy Miss Fritter. So now I have all 3 main Demolition Derby contenders from Thunder Hollow. So he has a nice smile, like he's ready to get down and dirty. Rambulance on the front. The R is kind of like written on there, or spray painted, I guess you could say. It's got number 5 on the roof. Rambulance number 5 on the side. And something I really like is that this shows if someone's heart is beating or not, which I definitely really like. And there's a car right there they kind of presumably, quote unquote, killed. Definitely really like his rims here. Or yeah, his rims. Really nice green color. In the back, Dr. Damage. Windows are boarded up. My camera will focus. There we go. And the other side is kind of similar. And I get another car that he presumably killed. Quote unquote. Here's the base. MO4, 4th week of 2019. Yeah, that's it for Dr. Damage. Now let's move on to RV. This one's definitely a cool one. He's actually pretty heavy too, like, he's definitely a nice solid chunk of mini metal. So yeah, I love his expression. He's like, like he's ready to get, much like Dr. Damage, but even more so with RV. And then here is the side 00. This honestly looks like something straight out of like a Halloween sort of movie. Cough cough Halloween 2018. And I also really like the sort of off green color. Make him look a little bit scarier. And again, much like Dr. Damage, I really like his rims. And tires, rather. 00 on the back. And his little tire cover with some sponsors. So let's zoom in and take a closer look at it. And silly me, forgot to get my tea. Come on, focus, focus. There we go. This is the main one I wanted to point out. This right here. That basically represents Monsters University. The MU. That is a direct Easter egg to Monsters University, which came out a full 4 years before Cars 3. So I always love when Pixar throws in Easter eggs to some of their other films, especially some of their earlier films. I've always loved that. Anyway, 00 on this side. If my camera will focus, there we go. And here is the base. 10th week of 2019. And actually, real quick, I want to show all three of these guys together. So we got RV, got Dr. Damage, and we've got Miss Fritter. Look at that. How cool is that? Definitely want to get the full-size 155 scale diecast of these three, just simply so I'll have them. Now plan on getting all the Demolition Derby contenders, just really just these three. Just so I'll have them. And I will link to ArchyCars 5's reviews of the full-size diecast in the description below. So now forward to the other two townies. First up here is Sarge. First off, he's got a nice determined expression, like he always has, or usually has. Star on the top there for his, kind of like a badge. Just had a brain fart there. Symbol on the side for his surplus hut. In the back, 41 WW2, standing for 1941 World War II. And actually keep this in mind, the rim on his spare tire is actually colored in. Keep that in mind. Other side's the same. And here's the base. 10th week of the year, 2019. And here is the full-size 155 scale diecast. Definitely nice having a mini racer of Sarge now. Again, I just cannot express how much I love finally finding this 10-pack, because I didn't think I was ever going to find it. And actually, I actually noticed this recently. The canopy on the mini racer version of Sarge is actually a darker color than the 155 scale diecast, which I find interesting. Yeah, and here's what I was talking about. The spare tire on the mini racer Sarge is actually colored in, whereas the 155 scale diecast doesn't even have that colored in. So that's kind of like an extra detail added to the mini that the full-size diecast doesn't even have. Much like a certain someone by the name of Doc Hudson. And if you want to see what I mean, I will link to my review of the 15-pack in the description below as well. Yeah, definitely really cool having these two now. Next up is Ramon. Now see, this is the purple variation of Ramon from the first Cars movie. They also kind of had in Cars 3 in the end credits. And this is obviously what the Gold Ramon is inspired by, which I will actually bring in just for comparison. So obviously he's got a nice little smirk there. Ghost flames on the hood there. Ghost flames on the side. Always loved his ghost flames. I actually showed the Gold Ramon just for comparisons. Gold rims. I actually did not change that, which is fine, since it obviously matches his body. And on the back, he's obviously got his iconic low and slow license plate. Though actually, as I'm looking at it right here, it almost looks like the N here almost looks like an M. So I think that's kind of weird, but what are you gonna do? Especially since it's a mini. As RC and I have both said, when you have very little space, it's really hard to make it very well detailed. Actually, the taillights on this one are actually kind of metallic, which is interesting. Once and or if I get the metallic version of this regular Ramon, I will compare it to this one and the gold one. Now it's just for laughs and giggles. Here's the Intro Ramon from the 15 pack. And even though they say it's metallic, it doesn't really look like it's metallic to me. I think if they reissue it, it'll just be Intro Ramon. Now see, this has white wall tires instead of just the usual black ones. So there is Ramon. Now for the three big ones. 3 metallic racers. First up is Metallic Tim Trellis. Now if you saw my glow-in-the-dark mini racers review, you'll know that I showed the glow-in-the-dark Tim Trellis. But unfortunately that mini kind of got really damaged. So I plan on potentially picking up getting a new one at some point, hopefully. And I also plan on getting the regular version of Tim Trellis. So when I get both of those, I will compare both of them to this one. Excuse me. But just for now, we obviously do have the big guy right here, 155 scale diecast. And if you know from the review of the Mater with Lightning Bolt, or the first 11 pack with Mater with Lightning Bolt, you'll know that there was actually a metallic version of Tim Trellis, the regular version, that was included in that set, when previously it was only released in Europe in 2017, which is interesting. So it'd be kind of cool to actually have both the full-size diecast and this metallic one to have together. But obviously this one will suffice for now. Nitro Rust'Eze logo on the hood, 28 on the roof, and sorry for the shadow. Here are the contingency sponsors and the 28 flaming logo. I just love the orange, like golden bronze foil on him. And he actually does have the Lightyear text on his tires, much like the full-size diecast. And he actually does have window bars, which is interesting. This one obviously does not. This is the earlier version. And no, Tim does not have the actual rookie stripes in the movie. I just simply add that on, because it makes more sense to me. If it was his first year, towards the beginning of the movie, it would make sense if he had rookie stripes. Here's the other side. 10th week of the year for him. So yeah, definitely a really nice metallic mini. And as we go along, the coolness of them increases. At least for me, anyway. So, Metallic Danny Suarez. This one's actually really, really cool. I really love the dark purple on him. Now, unlike Tim Trellis, who my glow-in-the-dark mini was actually very damaged, I do still have the glow-in-the-dark version of Danny Suarez. And I even have the regular version here. And obviously the regular version I did get in the 15 pack. This one was obviously from the glow-in-the-dark 3 pack that came with glow-in-the-dark Tim and glow-in-the-dark Jackson Storm. I actually want to compare these two real quick because they're actually much more similar than the metallic one versus the regular one, which is interesting. Their color purple is actually very, very dark. And also the Octane Gain OG logos on the hood are actually a lighter color. So it's almost like the glow-in-the-dark version is a regular version of the metallic version. Or a non-metallic version of the metallic version. And obviously he does not actually have black rims. I painted them black because it matches the full-size diecast, like I said before, with Mater. He actually does have the gold foil on him, which is interesting, because the regular mini does not have that, whereas the full-size diecast does, which I will show in a little bit. Obviously, he's got his contingency sponsors, Piston Cup, Combustor, Carbon Cyber, and Synergy. 19 on the roof. Even the rookie stripes are gold foil, which is pretty cool. In base, 9th week of the year. So yeah. Now back to the comparison between these two. Just want to show differences between them. And obviously, just to let you know, when you know that they're using like a sort of a chrome base for the metallics, just look at the bottom and you see that the border for the base is kind of a chrome color, whereas the glow in the dark version is sort of a white color because you're using glow in the dark materials, and the regular versions do not use those. So now to compare these to the regular version and the metallic version. The expression is actually a little bit different because he's actually kind of looking up more, whereas this one is kind of centered. Like, kind of looking straight on more. Yeah, see, he doesn't actually have the gold foil on this one like he does here. So now let's show him with the 155 scale die cast of Danny. And right here you can see he actually does have the gold foil on this one, much like the metallic version. When again, the regular version doesn't even have the gold foil, which is interesting. There's the back. Let me know which mini in this 10-pack is actually your favorite. I think you might know which one is my favorite because it's actually coming up right now as I hit the camera. Metallic Intro Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen. This guy is just absolutely beautiful. Now, obviously, if you know, there is a metallic version of the full-size diecast of Intro Rust-Eze McQueen, but it was only released as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive in 2017. So, and obviously, I do not have that, but once I get it, if I get it, I didn't think I was going to get the 2016 SDCC exclusive, but I did, and I reviewed it. But if I get the 2017 SDCC exclusive, I will obviously compare the Intro Rust-Eze McQueen in that set to this mini. But obviously I do have the regular version of the full-size diecast, which is this one right here, to compare it to. And oddly enough, there's not been a regular version of Intro Rust-Eze McQueen as a mini yet, which again, I find that very interesting. Anyway, he's got the new Rust-Eze logo on his hood from the beginning of Cars 3. 95 under his left headlight, which he actually did have on his regular paint job. But he actually did not have that on his paint job in Cars 3, which is what this one is kind of representing. So that's kind of a little bit of an inaccurate decal, but still cool nonetheless. It's got the nice metallic decals on the side, except for the 95 and Rust-Eze logos. This guy is classic contingency sponsors, which are the same that he has for the rest of the movie. When I get the metallic Lightning McQueen, of the metallic version of this McQueen, I will compare it to this one. 95 on the roof. Lightning McQueen signature, Rust-Eze. Rust-Eze again on the back, and 95 on the left tail light. Base, 9th week of the year. I do have a few. I actually have 4 other metallic McQueens to compare to. First up is the most similar one that I have, the metallic Rust-Eze Racing Center McQueen. This one was from the 15 pack, obviously. Obviously, the designs are very different. This is more like the next-gen design, whereas this is the older style. Presumably, they had after the events of the World Grand Prix and Cars 2. But these are still really cool to have together. Here's the metallic Dynaco Lightning McQueen. Bolts are very similar in shape. And obviously, not too many similarities, but I still want to show them because they're both metallic. And then here's the metallic Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Again, not too many similarities, but I still wanted to compare them. I actually really like these two together. They're a nice contrast. Nice deep red and a nice deep blue. And just simply for laughs and giggles, here is the regular Cars 3 mini racer of Lightning McQueen. 95 seems to be the exact same on the roof. And then, of course, here is the full-size 155 scale diecast of Intro Rust-Eze Lightning McQueen. And excuse my sniffling. These two look awesome together. That's actually kind of a nice way to have them when you're doing a review like this. Gonna zoom in a little bit. I actually really like that they even made the bolt metallic, which I definitely really like. Oh, which I think is really cool too. And they also have different expressions, which is also really cool. Don't know why I pointed that out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the review of the Mini Racers Variety 10 pack. Again, I am definitely really happy to have this 10 pack now. I've been wanting it since I got the 15 pack for my birthday last year. Gonna try and get all of them in the frame. Yeah, obviously there have been a lot more mini racers released since 2018. But I actually want to ask, which one of these is your favorite? Now, you see, as I said before, these 3 are definitely my favorite, just simply because I love the metallic finish. And actually throw these guys in the background. Intro and Go Ramones. Danny's. Rust-Eze Racing McQueen. And Cars 3. So yeah, as usual, social media links are in the description below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. And by the way, Clone Wars hype, Season 7 of Star Wars The Clone Wars starts streaming next week. Excited! And I am almost through my rewatch of it. So, don't forget to not only keep it rigid, don't forget to keep it rigid, and also don't forget that the Force will be with you. Always.